Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're going to be in the Starfinder core rulebook for this video. We're continuing the looking at the spells. We are on Technomancer level 1 spells. And we're going to look at the first 6 for the part 1, which is this video of this. Part 2 we'll look at 6 more spells, and part 3 the final 6 spells. The first 6 spells, which will be in this video, is Comprehend Languages, Detect Radiation, Detect Tech, Disguise Self, Erase, and Flight. Some of these are repeats from the Mystic spell list, like Detect Radiation. So I will read them a little bit faster if I believe they were repeats. So we'll start with Comprehend Languages. Casting time's a standard action, range personal, duration 10 minutes per level. You can understand the spoken or signed words of creatures or read otherwise incomprehensible written or tactile messages. The ability to read does not necessarily impart insight into the material, merely its literal meaning. The spell enables you to understand or read an unknown language, not speak or write it. You can't use this spell to read magic writing or encoded messages, though it does reveal if a message is magic or encoded. But you can use it to read raw computer code or foreign programming languages, allowing you to understand enough to attempt computer's check on those materials without penalty. So that's pretty cool. Given the fact that this is a magic and tech world for Starfinder, I can see that being very useful. Detect Radiation. This one I know I have read. Standard action to cast, 120 foot area, 120 foot radius, duration 10 minutes. You detect radiation in the surrounding area, and you determine the specific intensity of the radiation of one area or object within the spell's area each round without taking an action. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 3 feet of dirt or wood, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or any force field blocks it. Detect Tech. Casting time's 1 action, range 60 feet, area cone-shaped burst, duration instantaneous. You detect all technological items, even hybrid items, with charges or that replenish charges in the area, including batteries, power cells, and generators. You can't determine if there are technical items in your area you can't see, nor can you detect technological traps in this way. The information this spell provides allows you to differentiate between a charged item and items that replenish charges, but it does not provide any further information, nor does it tell you, for example, how many charges an item currently has or how many maximum charges it can hold. This spell can penetrate barriers, but 3 feet of dirt or wood, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or any force field blocks it. Disguise Self. I believe that one was on the other one. Disguise Self. Casting time 1 standard action, range personal, duration 10 minutes per level. You make yourself and any clothing, armor, weapons, and equipment on you look different. You can seem up to 1 foot shorter or taller, thin, fat, or in between. You can't change your creature type, although you can appear as another subtype. Otherwise, the extent of the apparent changes is up to you. You could merely add or obscure a minor feature, or you could look like an entirely different person or gender. The spell does not provide the ability or mannerisms of the chosen form, nor does it alter the perceived tactile or audible properties of you or your equipment. If you use this spell to create a disguise, you gain a +10 circumstance bonus on disguise check. A creature that interacts with you directly can attempt a will saving throw to recognize your appearance as an illusion. So that's 4 spells. We need 2 more. Erase. Excuse me. Erase. 1 standard action casting, range 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels, target 1 written data sheet set, duration instantaneous, Saving throw 9, spell resistance 9. Erase removes writings of either magical or mundane nature from any written storage, including paper, computers, or similar devices. You remove up to 1,500 words worth of text or data files for computers. With this spell, you can remove magic, runes, and glyphs created by spells of 3rd level and lower. Non-magical writings in a book or a manual is automatically erased if you touch it and no one else is holding it. Magical writings in computer programs must be touched, either directly or by touching the physical drive that holds the file, to be erased. And you must also succeed at a caster level check, DC 20 plus caster level, with a DC equal to 11 plus the caster level of the magical writing or item level of the computer's drive. Computers generally keep backups on a round-by-round basis, and when you erase code from a computer, it takes 1 round for the computer to access its backups. If you erase a file that stores continuous data, like a camera feed, the computer won't be able to recover the missing round. A natural 1 is always a failure on this check. If you fail to erase writing that is part of a trap, magical or otherwise, you set off the trap. And then flight. One standard action to cast flight. Range, target, duration says see text. Saving throw will negates. Spell resistance yes. You tinker with particles of magic surrounding one or more targets to either allow them to slow fall or gently rise or descend, or fly short or vast distances. At 1st level, when you cast flight as a 1st level spell, you can target one medium or smaller falling object or creature per level at close range, 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 level. The target must all be within 20 feet of each other. A large creature or object counts as 2 medium creatures or objects. A huge creature or object counts as 4 medium creatures or objects, and so on. The affected target instantaneously falls slower at a rate of just 60 feet per round, equivalent to the end of a fall from a few feet. The target takes no damage upon landing while the spell is in effect. This spell doesn't affect charging or flying creatures. For each target, this casting of the spell lasts until the target lands, or 1 round per caster level, whichever happens first. The 1st level version of the spell can be cast as a reaction, but when you do so, you can't take a standard action on your next round. 2nd level, when you cast flight as a 2nd level spell, you can target yourself or one willing or unconscious creature or unattended object, weighing up to 100 pounds or 10 bulk per level, at close range. The spell allows you to move the target up or down as you wish. Each round, as a move action, you can mentally direct the target up or down as much as 20 feet. You can't move the target horizontally. A levitating creature that attacks with a melee or ranged weapon finds itself increasingly unstable. The first attack at a -1 penalty to attack rolls, the second at a -2, and so on, to a maximum of -5. A full round spent stabilizing allows the creature to begin again at -1. This casting of the spell lasts 1 minute per caster level and is dismissible. If you can lift up an object high enough, you can drop it on somebody that's underneath it. My first thoughts when I was reading that. 3rd level, when you cast flight as a 3rd level spell, you can target one willing creature or unconscious touch creature and give it the power of flight. The target can fly at a speed of 60 feet with the average maneuverability. Flying while under the spell's effect takes no more concentration than walking, so the target can attack or cast spells normally. The target can charge but not run, and it can't carry off more weight than its normally bulk limit. The target gains the bonus to acrobatics checks to fly equal to half your caster level. If this spell expires or dispelled while the target is aloft, the target floats downwards 60 feet per round for 1d6 rounds. If it reaches the ground in that amount of time, it lands safely. If not, it falls, and the rest of the distance, taking 1d6 damage per 10 feet fallen. The spell lasts 1 minute per caster level. 4th level. When you cast flight as a 4th level spell, you can target one willing or unconscious touched creature and affect it as per 3rd level version of the spell, except the target's fly speed is increased by 10 feet, and the spell lasts for 10 minutes per caster level. 5th level. When you cast flight as a 5th level spell, you can target yourself and be affected as per the 4th level version of the spell, except the spell lasts for 1 hour per caster level. When you use this flight speed for long distance movement, you can hustle without taking non-lethal damage. A forced march still requires constitution checks. You can cover 140 miles in an 8-hour period of flight, or 80 miles at a speed of 50 feet. 6. When you cast Flight as a 6th level spell, you can target multiple willing or unconscious creatures at close range, 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 level, and affect them as per the 3rd level version of the spell. You can target one creature per caster level, all of which must be within 30 feet of each other. This casting of the spell lasts 10 minutes per caster level. So that gives you a lot of variety in uses of the spell once you've learned it once. So that's pretty interesting. A lot of reading for Flight. Wasn't expecting that. Let me know what you all think of the spells that are in this video in the comments below. Until we all game again, guys.